Hi everyone, welcome to Paper Wishes weekly webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig and my cameraman is Houston, and today we're really excited to bring you Sentimentally Yours silhouette stamps and Cosmic Shimmer shakers. So come play with us. Let me show you this first card that is using the On Safari stamp, silhouette stamp. And Debbie did this one using the Cosmic Shimmer shakers. And what I love about the new design on this bottle is it has a little flip top cap. And this one's brand new, so there we go. It has a little flip top cap that can just be opened like this. And then you shake out what you need, add a little bit of water to it. And in fact, let me show you how to do this technique right now. So, first of all, I'm just gonna grab a sheet protector to do a little bit of mixing on. And I'm just going to look at Debbie's just like you would, and we're going to copy what she did. So I've got my paintbrush and some water, and the first thing I'm going to do is sprinkle out a little bit of each one of these Cosmic Shimmers. So I have a little bit going here. It doesn't take much, just a little bit goes a long way. This little bottle would last a long time, so don't be afraid about the size. They pack a big punch. Okay. And to get all the precise colors of these, just go to our gallery and click on the photo and you'll get a complete supply list with all the particular colors. Here we go. Oh, I love this one. All right. So, getting my brush wet. Here we are. And I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to use a little bit of this purple. Okay. Getting it pretty wet. And we're just going to go like this at the top. Also down here. I want my color a little stronger, so I'm just going back to the powder and picking that up. Rinsing my brush. Okay, and going back to this sort of red pink color that's so pretty. Adding a little bit here and here. Okay. And remember, everybody's is going to look a little different. The idea is to be pleased with the overall effect. Okay, here we go. And I'm just going to be blending these. Go all the way out to your edges. Okay, there we go. So we've got the general idea here, and then I'm going to take, here we go, the Sparkle Snow color. It's just really a lot of iridescent color there. Oh, that's so pretty. I don't know if we can get this on camera. Houston, can you move in a little bit? And it's just got this little iridescent, there we go, look to that I'm just putting in over the colors. It's so beautiful. Okay, and then you would wait for this to dry thoroughly, okay, a couple hours, and then Debbie stamped across this paper, and see, this is the full stamp in its entirety, and she sampled some of that, so you can see that's the full stamp, and then she just cut off the excess. So you can use the entire image like this, or you can use portions of it. If you didn't want to have the lion, you could cut the lion off and just do the giraffe and the elephant. So that's what I love about these silhouette stamps, is that you can take any portion of it you want. Debbie actually did embossing on this, so she stamped it with a Versamark ink pad and then went over it with black embossing powder, tapped off the excess, and then heat that. And it just is a really pretty shimmer to the entire thing. So let's clear this part away. And also the next card here Oh, this is another really beautiful one that Debbie made. It's a window card, and this uses from Stampendous, uses a Windorama cutting die. Okay, so it goes like this, and it makes this entire window card, which to mail you just lay flat, and it gives you this little, like, it's an aperture. I think it's so cool. She used heat resistant acetate, which you can also get from Paper Wishes, and stamped portions of a gardener's work stamp. Used this part in the back and then this part in the front. So I thought that was just really clever. This next card, Debbie did a fold over technique, which I thought was really clever. And this one is Dragonfly Hideout. So the entire card is made from one piece of cardstock. And then she made her folds here and here. And then when she stamped on this, she used a stamping platform, which I'll show you in a little bit. And she stamped one color first. She cleaned off the image and then inked only the cranes, and then she stamped it again, and then she inked only the dragonflies and stamped it again. So I thought that was just a really clever technique, and how fun to open that up. For this next card, Debbie also used a white embossing technique at the bottom edge of her card using the Magical Meadow silhouette stamp. And once again, you can see that she used areas of the stamp, the toadstools, which are here. So she used this area of the stamp and almost got the entire image, just cut off the last toadstool. Once again, she used the Cosmic Shimmer Shakers. That is hard to say. Houston, try to say that one 3 times fast. And she used that on a background of black cardstock, which I thought really made these stand out so well. So once again, look at our gallery and take a look at this card and click on it, and you'll get all the specifics on which products and which of the Shimmer Shakers Debbie used. This next card, a beautiful card. For this one, I wanted to show you that you don't always have to use a stamping platform if you don't have one to use these silhouette stamps. And what I did was, let's just say you have a wide block, an acrylic block like this, and you have your stamp right here, and here I have my cardstock. So I'm going to show you here how easy this is just to adapt with what you have. So I'm just going to be inking this with some Distress Oxide ink. This is the Shabby Shutters, which is a really pretty green. Okay, ink that up really nicely. And then on this particular technique, Debbie stamped sort of the, probably 2/3 of the image from the bottom up. And I'll show you the placement on this because she didn't just lay it all the way across. She used a portion of it, okay, right about there. Okay, so now I'm just laid it there, and I'm going to just take my block and give it a good press. There we go. I'm just going to clean up my mess here. All right, and then for the next part of the image, clean this off. All right, for the next part of the image, she does the same thing, but she just places the image here, okay? And then turns and does the same thing all the way around the image. So really easy. You don't have to have a stamping platform. I even took one of these and I just laid it down and I just sort of ran my hands over the top of it, making sure it's pressed in all the right places. It's just a really nice, thick, firm rubber stamp. This next card uses Dandelion Daydreams, which is just a really fun, beautiful image. I also used the Best Wishes to You stamp on this. I used a sort of a navy blue color, which was the Chipped Sapphire Distress Oxide ink on this particular card. I really love how it turned out. This card is actually a window card, and I used the oval double stitched cutting dies to cut a window from the larger piece, and then used a burgundy piece of paper below that to make a window, and then actually set it down over the stamped image, just for something a little different. And this next card features Secret Woodland stamp, which I think was just so beautiful. Look at this beautiful tree with a heart cut in the center of it. It's got fairies and deer. This one, as you can see, I just used this portion of it, and I created my own background using the Distress Oxide ink pads, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, so what I started with was a rounded rectangle double stitched cutting die, and also a double stitched circle cutting die. I'm not actually using anything about this circle, the stitches or anything. It was just a circle I had. You could use any shape, any circle rather. And what I'm going to do is put it right here at the top, and then I'm going to tape it in place, and that's going to be the moon on this card. And I'm just going to use some stencil tape here to keep everything in order, like this. Oops. I'll make sure I have the right amount. Okay, there we go. So I'm using 3 colors of Distress Oxide: Weathered Wood, Victorian Velvet, and Dried Marigold. And I'm also just using an inking tool. We all have our favorites. This first one, I'm going to start at the bottom. I think I'm going to just put some paper here. And I'm just going to be doing a little bit of this gray at the bottom edge. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to the Victorian Velvet, which is a more pink color. And that's going to go here in this midsection, and I'm going to just go ahead and blend it in with that gray. I want it to be kind of a seamless line, and that's what I really like about the Distress Oxide inks. They're really manipulative. You can just really keep that ink moving. It is just, it's got such great pigment in it, and they don't dry immediately, so you can keep that ink moving around your paper. Okay, I'm going to go up here a little higher, and then we're going to switch to the Dried Marigold. And once we switch to the Dried Marigold, we're going to involve the moon in that piece. Let me switch my ink pad here. Okay. And with this, I'm just going to hold down the circle, and I'm going to just blend that around my moon, so that's a nice mask. Okay. And don't forget to pay special attention to where the colors meet between that pink and that orange. Just keep blending those in nicely. They're just moving together. Okay. Oh, I'm inking so hard I'm rocking my table. All right. Now when that part is done, I can just remove it from the mask and spend a little more time here. And then what I did was I just wanted to look like a little bit of this was going across the moon. So I just did a little bit of a smudge going into that moon, like that. Okay, there you go. And then I took the image and I stamped it right across the bottom edge. And then I also added some of the sparklets, which I just love. If you haven't picked up any of these yet, I really encourage you to do that. This one's Winter Wishes, and it has the little clear rhinestones and the gold stars. And I used the Cosmic Shimmer glue to attach these, and I just love the applicator bottle on this. It's really tiny. It's great for those little detail items, and the glue just holds fast. It's great, so I would encourage you to pick some of that up. Guess what, everybody? The center step card is back. This is our third printing of what I think is probably our best-selling die cut card. The center step card comes pre-folded like this, and it gives you lots of surface to decorate with your stamps and your dazzles, and I just love it. I was so excited when Paulette said we were going to bring back the center step card, so get yours now while they last. I'm going to show you how to make this card. There's a little bit of masking, and we're also going to be using the stamping platform. This uses the Enchanting Tulips silhouette stamp. As you can see, I did that across here. So let's get to this, and I'll show you how easy this was. So I've got my center step card. It's already folded on my Misty. And the first thing I want to do is when I'm stamping, I don't want to get any ink on the rest of the card. So I'm just going to take a couple of Post-its and mask off this area. And even if you don't use a Misty, I still did this because I would be stamping it flat like this. And I would bring down my Post-its to be right here. Okay, so if you're just stamping it without the benefit of a stamping platform, you still want to do some masking so that you don't get the part of the stamp that we're not using on the card. All right, so I'm just going to put this right here. Oh man, those magnets are really good, aren't they? There we go. Okay. And then I'm just taking this particular Enchanting Tulips, and I'm using this right here. And you just peel off the backing. And the backing on these particular silhouette stamps, it's not sticky, it just sort of makes it a cling stamp. So it has a little bit of tooth to it, but it's not adhesive. So I'm going to close the top, and then I'm going to ink this, just a black ink pad. This ink pad is not as wet as I would like, so I'm glad that I am using this platform because I can just re-ink it as many times as I need to. All right, so now just putting pressure on that area. Okay, and then we're going to lift it up. And as you can see, because my ink pad wasn't as juicy as I'd liked, I'm going to just reapply some more ink. And we're going to give that another shot because it's perfectly aligned. No worries. Okay. Nope, I didn't press down hard enough on the side. Do you ever find it's easier just to do this when you're standing up? I think so too. Okay. There we go. All right, so now take off that magnet, take off the Post-it notes. You see there, you've stamped it on your center step card. And then as you can see here, I just took a strip of this red holographic hearts paper and used some of our brand new fancy border dazzles. Check those out and put them on the edges. And then here I have the Mini Expressions Someone Special die cut, which cutting die, which I just love, and I cut that out of the same holographic paper here. So thanks for joining me today. Check out the gallery to get more details about the supplies, and I'll see you next week.